Hi, Emily.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. All right. I think we have Alicia and Grace with us today.
Perfect.
All right. Well, good morning, y'all. Thank you for meeting us. This won't really take too long. Um, Emily and I just want to go over some specifics of the message that we sent you about an upcoming potential trip. Answer any questions that y'all may have about it. Put some worry at ease, hopefully. Um, and then just talk about some next steps. So yeah, let's get going. This, if it's okay, I'm gonna record this just in case anyone else would like to use this. Let me see here. Maybe I won't record this actually. My
Carson,
read,
you have your AI on so
yeah,
I can make sure that we get the copy out to Parent Square.
awesome. Yeah, my read AI notes I think are they automatically always join. Awesome. So I'm going to share these presentations super quickly. All right. All right. And y'all should be able to see this. So we want to talk about a quick trip we want to take next session with the kids to Palisades Tahoe to hike, climb via Ferrata. This is a really exciting opportunity. And we do want to make sure we can get this in and pair it well with our Rockstars workshop that's currently going on. We're on a little bit of a time frame right now just because the route closes for the winter in like early November and it doesn't open up until like the end of our school year, so like May or June. So thinking about it and when we want to fit this project into our year, I think it would just fit really nicely with the rock climbing that the students have already been doing, and it would be just a huge confidence anchor. Um, just to start out with what even is a via ferrata, because I haven't heard this term until pretty recently, but it's Italian for iron path. So basically, it's kind of like a mix of hiking and climbing, and it's a route that's protected with like fixed steel cables, rungs, ladders, things like that. Climbers are always going to be clipped into a continuous safety line. So even when they're unclipping and clipping their carabiners, they're still going to be attached to a, a steel cable. Um, and there's going to be a guide with us as well that have done tons of these expeditions. I think this one has gone to Everest. They go all over the world. They're an incredible company, and Via Ferratas are safe for like beginner climbers in terms of like adult beginner climbers. You don't have to have too much technical like rock climbing skills. It's more the fact that your body may be in uncomfortable positions throughout the hike and the climb. Going from like ladders on a mountain and crossing ravines on cables and things like that. So they do need the ability and the mindset already in there to be able to accomplish this. Some things about safety really quickly. Like I said, the continuous lifeline. There's top tier gear here. They're gonna have a harness, a helmet, pro equipment. The vendor that we're doing this is Alpenglow Expeditions. So yeah, they have done expeditions to Everest and Denali, and then with your students are going to be two Alpha staff, as well as any other chaperones from Alpenglow. And I've talked to them. They take kids up this route every single day. So this is not anything new for them at all. There just is a weight and height restriction on it, which is why this trip is only going to be open for level 1 and up. But if you have anything to add, Emily or Tasha, please do so as I go through this. All right. Okay, so it's going to be a pretty quick trip. We're going to leave on Wednesday, hopefully the 22nd. We want to leave from Alpha after lunch. So still giving them time to that 2 hour learning in the morning. And then it's only really about a 3 hour drive, depending on how many people are coming, that's gonna
Real quick, Carson, I think it's 1022, 1023, 1024.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
oh my
I
God,
just realized today is the 23rd of September, and I was like, wait.
that I totally bungled those dates. That's on
Yeah.
me.
No,
Okay.
but a month from today, basically.
Yes, a month for today. It's going to be the Wednesday, the Thursday, and the Friday. So thank you so much. And so numbers will determine what kind of transportation we take. But basically, we'll just get in, settle into the village, team dinner, things like that. And then Thursday is going to be our hike day. It's a 4-hour hike. It's the Sundial hike or the Sundial route. And then that's going to really take up most of our day. Their kids are going to be completely whooped afterwards. Come home, do 2-hour learning after the hike if we have time. And then Friday, it's kind of wake up and come back to Alpha. We'll be back for afternoon activities and back for dismissal. So 2 nights, 3 days, leave from and return to Alpha. Beyond that, some preparation that we're doing for these kids beyond the qualification of having to pass the Rockstars workshop. We also will do a week intensive of top rope climbing with them during session 2, just to get them a little more prepared with the heights, just because our bouldering workshop only goes to about 15 feet right now, 10 or 15. So we also want to get them to those 45-foot walls. And make sure they feel comfortable with using the gears and the carabiners before going out to the Via Ferrata. And then one important note is that all Alpha trips have to be earned. However, when a student does qualify, the experience is not at any extra cost to y'all, the families. All right. So I think this is a really cool experience. It's going to build a lot of confidence early on in the year. It's going to give the kids a really strong confidence anchor. It's a big, limitless mindset unlock for them to realize, oh, I actually can do anything with the right amount of effort and the right amount of time put into something. They're going to return with so many stories about this. They're going to feel so confident in their ability to have a growth mindset, which is what we've been working on in Rockstars. And the ability to use grit in a real life situation. So I'm pretty pumped about this. We can send you all the links to the videos again if you like. It's pretty cool to see the route. I think it's going to be a really great experience. I'm excited. I'm curious what y'all's thoughts are, Alicia and Grace, and any concerns or logistical things we can answer while we're all here right now.
Hey Carson, it's Alicia.
Hey.
I think this is awesome. I've done a Via Ferrata before.
So cool.
Mike and I did one last year for the first time, and it was awesome.
Where did you do it?
We did it in Utah. It
Okay.
was so cool. And I
Yeah.
have friends that they literally seek this out. They're like, go all through Europe, and their thing is every summer to do a Via Ferrata. And
Oh, that's so
they
fun.
it's such a great experience. So I love this. I'm so excited. I guess I'm sorry, I'm juggling. I wanted to be in person, but
No, it's all good.
Otto got a bad cold last night and was up all throughout the night. So I needed him to sleep in a little longer. But anyway, you might have said this, but I'm juggling him at the moment. Yeah, you still have a cold. So I had I'm juggling him. So I might have missed this. What the sleeping accommodations, are they rooming with someone? Are they by themselves? what does that look like?
So it does depend on how many students are going to participate in this activity. Ideally, it's a big Airbnb that we get that can host all of the students, and we would separate them into kind of like a girls' wing and a boys' wing. But I believe that the goal is that they'll either bunk in the same room or depending on the Airbnb. Emily, I don't know if you have any other insights of how we've split that up in the past.
And typically it depends on the city too. So there's some instances where it's hotel based, some it's Airbnb just based on where you are. But in this place specifically with Tahoe, they have 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and 3-bedroom condos available. So if we do the 3-bedroom or 2-bedroom, we can split it up with the female guide and the girls, and then the male guide and the boys, and you split them up that way. Obviously the guides have their own room, and then the kids either share a room or they have their own room depending, but it's always based on gender. And then we always make sure that a guide is nearby, either in that bedroom or next door if it's a hotel. But they wouldn't share the room.
Yeah, perfect. That makes sense. I was just, thank you for that.
Yeah, of course.
Incredible. And Alicia, I know I've been worried about like June's other schedule if that was going to interfere with this, because I would love her to come. She's been crushing rock stars lately. Is there any insight if this is a doable thing for her?
Yeah, amazingly enough, she does not have a horse show that weekend. It's like her one weekend as a break. So I was like, oh, she has been so like challenged by it, excited by it, so ignited. I would love for her to do this. So my thought is, just maybe a little tweaking so she could get a tiny bit of riding and she has to show the following week. But I feel like she focuses on this and embraces this incredible opportunity. And then she'll just kind of, if she comes back Friday and there's a way that I can grab her and she just lessons or whatever, but like I want to have this kind of take priority. And then she can just kind of balance the other stuff in between.
Yeah, we're really going to try to get like breakfast and go on Friday.
Yeah. Oh, right. So like if she gets back and I could grab her, just depending, we'll see. Like I think you said the 3:30 pickup, but if it works out and you're back a little earlier and I can grab her an hour earlier, that will just give her a little more time to ride. But yeah, we can chat about that and we'll work around your schedule.
Yeah, well, awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I was worried about the conflict, but normally I would consult everyone to make sure, but we were on just such a tight time frame with them about to close the route, and I was like, oh my gosh, we got to get out there.
You got to seize this. This is amazing.
Totally. Very cool. Grace, did you have any comments or questions about the trip?
I'm just a little concerned about Ethan. He's a little bit, I don't know if you've seen, but he's afraid of heights.
Yes.
So I know you guys are prepping him well when you guys go rock climbing, but that's my only concern. It's just how he's going to deal with it, but we'll see.
I actually think it's a really great experience for him to do because he's scared of heights.
Yeah.
I think it'll be really great for him to go on a school trip with guides that are there to motivate him with his other peers. And I know he's expressed early on that he's afraid of heights, and that just tells me we have to put him in more situations that are a little scary for him.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm pretty sure both boys could make it. So yeah, it should be fine.
In person, hopefully that week-long intensive too with rock climbing will really set them up for success. Just practicing with heights. I'm also afraid of heights, and I've had to do some of this climbing stuff with students in Switzerland, and I was like, okay, well, if they're doing it, I also have to do it. Like the guides have to do, if we tell a student what they need to do, like we've got to be right there beside them doing it. So but it's really cool. I mean, when students are up there together, you really see them come together and rally behind each other. So I think it'll be a really cool experience, even just facing those fears. It's going to be scary. It's okay if he's scared. We never shy away from that, or never, talk to them like, you can't be scared of this. You just have to do it. Like there's always that guide perspective too, and student perspective where they're cheering each other on. So yeah, I know the feeling, and I know how worrisome it is sometimes when you're up there, but being able to say you did it after is like the coolest experience. And I think, like Carson mentioned, that confidence anchor, he's really going to take too.
That sounds great.
He'll be all good. I'm excited for him. I am. Very nice. Well, I think the next steps for this are just letting us know as a deadline by this Friday, but as soon as possible, really, if your child or children can participate in this experience. And that way we can start booking accommodations and transportation, and also just announcing it to the kids. I think that'll be the best part. We haven't said anything, because if there was only one person or two people that could go, of course we would probably wait, but we really want to send it.
Yeah, I think that's great. We'll just move forward with the next steps and get something out, a little blurb to parents, and see who's interested. And then hopefully we can like you said, Carson, make a decision Friday, Monday, somewhere around then.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. Please reach out to myself, Emily, Tasha, if you have any other questions about the trip, but I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, and we'll make sure to get this uploaded to Parent Square as well, so other parents can see the recording, and then we'll make sure to have that follow-up blurb as well with all of our information.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Sounds
Bye.
great. Thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.